and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Hope Malone. I'm the big cheese at Ham and Cheese Events. Today I'm going to show you how to make Texas pulled pork barbecue nachos. It's very important when you're working with raw pork to keep your hands nice and clean before you touch anything else. To make your pulled pork dry rub, you're going to mix equal parts of paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, brown sugar, and some cayenne pepper for a little bit of zip. I've already made this, and I actually keep this on hand because it's a wonderful rub with just about anything. So once you've got your pork, put the top fat up, and you're simply going to rub, just like it's called, a dry rub, into the entire surface of your pork shoulder or your pork butt. When you flip it, you might find you've got some indentions where your butcher has cleared away a majority of the fat. So you want to get in those crevices and cracks and completely cover your pulled pork butt. Once it's all covered, you want to make sure that your oven is at a very low temperature. We're going to cook this long and low. Get your oven to 275 degrees, no more. And we're going to cook this for 4 to 6 hours. Checking it about every 2 hours, maybe the first hour you want to check just to make sure that everything is nice and crisp. Now that we've got our pulled pork at a nice 165 degrees, took about 6 hours at 275 degrees, we want to let it rest so that all the juices will go back in and go through the meat. Once you've let it set for about 20 minutes, which I have, it should be cool enough to touch. Now comes the part where we pull the pork. You can do it several ways. If you'd like, you can use tongs and pull, you can chop, or you can just use 2 forks to pull. This looks so good. So as you simply pull it off, and truly it's pulled pork. I let it go into the juices that we have already made. That's going to give it more flavor. And we want a juicy pulled pork because when we put it on our nachos in just a minute, we want those juices to run across your chips and get all into the cheese as well. Now you can probably won't use this entire pork shoulder, pork butt for this, so reserve it, and they make great sandwiches for later on in the day or in addition to your pulled pork nachos. Let's start with just a nice oven-proof plate because we're going to put this underneath the broiler and melt everything. I like to take, again, just a round tortilla chip, placing them and distributing them evenly across the plate. Then we're going to take our pulled pork and drizzle it across the top. Now this is the pork that's been sitting in its juices, and we can also add, if you'd like, a Texas barbecue sauce. Now the difference between a Texas barbecue sauce and maybe a Carolina is the Texas barbecue sauce is made with a brown sugar and a molasses. It's a little richer, a little darker, whereas a Carolina barbecue sauce is more vinegar based. But we're going to put our pulled pork nachos, our pulled pork, scattered across generously, and it's great to get some of the juices into the nacho chips. That's going to help the flavor in each chip. I really like to pile a lot of pork on mine, but again, however you want to make them for yourself or for your party and your friends. Great. Once we've got all the pork that we're interested in, we can put our cheese topping. I'm using a cheddar jack blend, and I like a lot of cheese. I'm actually going to use about 2 cups. You can't have too much cheese at ham and cheese events. So now that we've got this topped, we're going to place this into our oven, and we've got it set on broil. You want to really keep a close eye when you put things on your top shelf in a broiler, because a home kitchen can cook really fast or it might take a little while. Usually about 2 minutes is as most as you want. And now it's time to actually put the toppings on it that you prefer. If you'd like a barbecue sauce, again, we talked about the difference between a Texas barbecue sauce and a Carolina sauce. I like to drizzle just a little bit of barbecue sauce across it, up and down, and make a hash mark. That should be plenty. But you can have it already available in case you want to dip a little more. I've got some freshly sliced jalapenos. Scatter those across. Make this fun. This is just one jalapeno, but again, you can put as many as you'd like. My name is Hope Malone. I'm the Big Cheese at Ham and Cheese Events, and I've prepared for you today pulled pork barbecued nachos.